Welcome to my channel. My name is Emmie from Emmie Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. If this is not your first time, thank you for coming back. So, I couldn't sleep. I let's see, like, I was about to go to sleep. I gave myself a facial and everything. And then my phone decided to suddenly play a song, and now I'm wide awake. And I figured I would go ahead and do a Claire Tarot reading for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, also for your cross watchers. Truth be told, it doesn't really matter what your zodiac is. If you find yourself watching this video and suddenly resonating with the things that I'm saying, most likely this video has a message for you. Okay? So, all right. I asked the collective energy of Pisces what this reading was going to be about, and I was told your heart is breaking wide open. I'm not too sure what's breaking your heart open, but this is something that's happening for you right now, and it's probably something that you need some sort of clarity on. There's a lot of craziness in the world right now, and Pisces tends to struggle much more than any other sign when it comes to being very sensitive to what's going on. Okay, so let me just finish pulling cards. Okay. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. All the cards fell out. That was lovely. All right. And it's just like a really weird energy going on. It's like a really weird energy going on. I don't necessarily feel like it's a bad energy. It's just a weird one that makes me kind of wonder certain things. So I'm just almost done preparing the cards. Thank you, Nora. Okay. Okay. So let's go ahead and begin reading the cards. So, card number 8, be the hunter, not the hunted. So Pisces, we consistently exist in a state of catering to other people's needs, really taking into account other people's preferences and all of that before we consider our own needs. And what this card is telling you right now is that it's time for you to allow yourself to receive. Instead of constantly giving, you have to allow yourself to receive the love, the support, the compassion, whatever it is that you're needing right now. Allow yourself to receive it. Allowing yourself to receive does not mean you are mean, you are selfish, or that you don't care about anyone else, okay? What it means is that it's time for you to make yourself your own priority, okay? And if you're not willing to, you can't expect other people to make you their priority either. If you accustom people into this cycle of you overgiving and it's no big deal, because that's what Pisces tends to do. We tend to overgive, and when they thank us, we tell them, no, it's no big deal. What ends up happening is that's what you accustom them to, and then suddenly you become very just hurt, feeling as though you're the only one giving and no one cares. And it's not necessarily no one cares. This is what we have taught them is normal for us. This is now what they expect. And if this is what we taught them, Does that mean they don't care? No, it means this is all they know with you. And so it needs to be said that balance needs to be allowed to be created. You need to allow yourself to be the hunter, not the hunted. And the hunter, when something is hunting another um, thing, it's really usually to sustain their life, to allow themselves to receive the nourishment that they need. And that's what we need to do at this point, Pisces. Um, so, card number 30, serendipity, merge with the flow. Allow yourself to flow in whatever direction you're needing to. If it means at this point you're flowing away from people, that's okay. You have to be compassionate enough for yourself that you allow the organic journey to take place, not one where you are constantly planning and constantly trying to make things happen and constantly having expectations that it's like it doesn't even matter whether that expectation is in alignment with your truth, your journey, or not. This is just what you want. So, this is what you're going to make happen. I mean, you can make things happen that aren't in alignment with your journey, but I guarantee you, those paths, they will lead to further struggle. Okay? No one's gonna stop you from taking those paths, but they will lead to further struggle, and I know this from firsthand experience. You can go ahead and try and prove me wrong. I invite you to. Um, that's a that's a trick. That's a trap, okay? I'm inviting you to understand the depth of suffering I had to endure at my own hands in order for me to learn this. Now, if you need to learn it for yourself firsthand, by all means, go ahead. It doesn't affect me any, so I'm not going to tell you what to do. But I will tell you what I learned from choosing this for myself constantly is that it created so much unnecessary suffering. Pain is not something you will live this life without feeling. Okay. Pain is a necessary. It is a given. It is one of the constants of life. You will have pain when the lesson is being learned. The more pain, the more depth and importance contained within that lesson. The more pain, the less likely you will forget what you learned in that lesson. Okay. So, card number 27, messages, third house messages. You must stay drunk on writing so reality cannot destroy you. Ooh, ooh. So, Pisceans have such creativity, and that creativity is often expressed in various ways. Words, writing, those are very, very near and dear to a Piscean's heart. If they don't write the words, they read them. And this is something that's so important for Pisces to understand at this point. You are going to be seeing or writing the very words that are going to help you get through this very rough patch that pretty much everyone's going through right now. Words have power. Now is the time to get your point across. With this card, you may also get a clearer direction in the way to proceed. The third house also represents neighborhoods and siblings. This is the area of your chart that reveals how you think, speak, and communicate. It signifies our need to know and demonstrate how we put our concepts and thoughts into words. Where are your words rooted? Are they rooted in a soil that is commingled with fear, elevated fear? Fear is necessary, but oftentimes we allow fear to get out of control. We allow fear to be at the forefront of what's happening. And rage, anger, sadness, those can be varying expressions of fear. Okay? If you're afraid that someone you love is going to leave you, you feel sad because you're afraid, fear. When you're super angry, sometimes That's an expression of the fear of not being heard, the fear of someone thinking you're not powerful enough and they're going to come in and dominate you. So you have to understand the root of your emotions. Right now is the best time for you to take a moment to sit with yourself and really, really get to know yourself. Really get to know yourself. If you're not bothered by the things that are going on with the world, why is that? Is it because you're choosing not to be affected? Is it because um, there's a part of you that's disconnected and you don't realize that? Is it because it's too scary to acknowledge what's going on, and this feeling of powerlessness is coming over you, so you'd rather just not feel anything? What is the emotion or lack thereof? Where is that rooted? And when you understand this, and the answer is going to be different for everyone, it's not the same answer for everyone. Okay. This is going to be a very unique answer for each person. Someone said, bless you. It ruined my sneeze. But it's going to be a different answer for everyone. And there's no right or wrong. There's just a need to identify something within yourself, because the feeling that I get, generally speaking, the heart of Pisces is breaking. It's breaking wide open, and we have to understand why. If you can't fully understand, you have to at least be aware of what's going on. Okay. So this card, I want to read it out of the book though. I guess, whatever. So I'm told I can't read this out of the book, the meaning. I'm seeing some very important things in this card. Look at his eyes. He looks blind. Justice is blind. It's blind. Justice is blind. We have to hold accountable ourselves and other people who create imbalance within our life. This is more than just what's going on with society. I'm talking about your journey personally. Pisces has a tendency to allow ourselves to be martyred. Okay. And I have to say this, martyrdom is not a sign that someone is abusing you or taking advantage of you or you're just weak. I've found that martyrdom is actually a form of emotional manipulation. We allow people to hurt us. We allow people to see us in a certain way. And sometimes we cultivate that type of conflict in order to get the end result, which is having us appear a certain way. And that certain way is usually that certain way is usually desired. That certain way of seeing us is desired because it gives people an opportunity to feel bad for us because we sacrificed ourselves because we love them. And in reality, I used to think that this was like an honorable thing to sacrifice yourself for someone else and be miserable as long as everyone else is happy. But when I really took a look at my actions, what I realized was I was being emotionally manipulative. I was doing that. I was allowing myself to hurt so other people wouldn't hurt, so other people would see me as someone who's very loving. That's manipulation. You can say all you want about the intention is good and this and that, and we helped people, and it's still emotional manipulation. And when you manipulate someone to see you in a certain way, a way that's not necessarily organic to you, what is that? Isn't that the same as lying? Except you're not telling the lie, you're encouraging them to create that lie for you. That's manipulation. And we have to be very careful about allowing ourselves to blind ourselves from what we are doing, how we are co-creating painful circumstance for ourselves. Very painful circumstance. I used to do this a lot. I didn't realize it was manipulation. I really felt like I was doing the right thing. I was helping someone out, and there was no wrong in that because really, I'm not hurting anyone. I want them to know and see how much I love them. And honestly, if they can't know and see how much you love them just by being around you, do you really need to take it that far? Or do you need to maybe reassess why they're around? Because the people who truly love you, Pisces, they're going to be there whether you help or not. They're going to love you whether you help or not. They're going to call you out on your bullshit, and they're still going to be around after they call you out. And I think a lot of Pisceans have this fear of, like, if people really saw me just as me, without me going out of my way to bend over backwards and do all these things, and then I won't be enough. That if I don't give enough, then they won't have a reason to stay. Is that true, though? Or are you trying to hold on to the very people who are hurting you, who are helping to perpetuate this belief that you, as you are right now, is not enough? That's some stuff y'all need to think about, okay? Because the answer to that, the root of that, is going to be very different for each person. Very, very different. And, some of us might say, well, I just love that way. But is it love? Is it love, or are you paying through emotions for someone's presence? Are you paying them, energetically paying them to stick around? I mean, eh, I don't know. The answer, again, will be different for each person. So instead of blinding yourself, allow yourself to truly see on a spiritual level, on an elevated level, what's going on in your life. Okay? You don't have to keep a book open with a ledger of how much you've done for someone else and how much someone else has hurt you. How about just being around the people that feel right? Being around the people that make you feel like it's okay to just be who you are, that you don't have to overgive, that you don't have to, like, go out of your way to make sure they know that you're a good person. One of the reasons why I love my very small circle of friends so much is because when we first were becoming um, closer friends, I was still repeating these cycles because that's just really all I do. I'm calling myself out right now. That's what I do. I just overgive and I cannot help myself until after the fact. And I was reestablishing that type of connection, and every single one of them was like, "You don't have to do that." You don't have to do that. Like, we're not your friend because of what we can gain. We're just we're just here. And that was the real, like, aha moment for me, where I thought I had healed all of this within myself, failing to realize it was still very much there. It was still very much there. I just became very selective who I would do this with. And sometimes, the lessons that you learn, it's not just with you. Sometimes these lessons need to be learned through your connection with other people. And that's where the rough thing is that you don't really know where your connections with other people are going to go. So you have to be very aware and be open with yourself, be honest with yourself about your behaviors, about the cycles that you initiate, and about the character of the people around you. Card number 35, conscious connections. So, Pisces, oftentimes we feel very connected to the very people who are just not feeling very connected to us. We go out of our way to create heart-based connections. There's no heart-based connection there. Okay? That individual is looking at the other fish. This can be in relationships, friendships, it can be at work, whatever it is. You have to understand, not everyone has your heart, Pisces. Just because you have a heart that wants to love and wants to give doesn't mean other people will understand that and will reflect that. Okay? Just because you would never take advantage of someone else doesn't mean the person that you're overgiving to has no problem, or would never allow you to overgive. Does that make sense? There will always be people in your life who will have no problem receiving, who will keep very willingly accepting that overgiving, knowing it's depleting you, seeing how difficult it is for you. And it doesn't matter because you're giving, so they're taking. Are they really taking or are they just accepting? Because taking would imply that you're not doing this willingly. And if you're doing this willingly, you got to analyze that. You have to really observe that and be honest with yourself. Okay? Be very, very honest with yourself. Don't give yourself that excuse, but I love them. Do you? Or did you just create a codependency? You've now found a person project. Pisces loves to do that too. As a Pisces, I sometimes do that still, where you see the most hurt person, and that's the one person that you just cannot get enough of. That is the one person that you're just going to give all your attention to because you're going to love the hell out of them and your love is going to heal them. Newsflash, not everyone wants to heal. And you is not Captain Save-A-Ho. Sorry, Pisces. We're not Captain Save-A-Ho. We're fishies. We're not captains. We're like in the ocean, not riding the ocean. So you have to really analyze, why do you want to save someone else? Why do you need to make someone else your project? Is it because that person reflects aspects of you that need your attention, but you're too afraid to give yourself that attention? And so you seek someone who reflects the wounds that you refuse to address. I've found that that's very true. That's what I found. Um, the very people that I become very, I guess, attached to because of their pain. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't let them hurt like that. Well, it's because they're hurting in a way that I'm quietly hurting inside. And I just can't seem to get myself to address that hurt. And so I'm going to seek everyone out that reflects that hurt. And I'm going to heal the shit out of them because I refuse to heal the shit out of myself. That's deep. That's deep. But here it is. That heart space is coming alive. It's needing to break open so that more of your light can come forward, more of your truth. Pisces, we're not necessarily secretive. Not because we're doing shady shit. Unbalanced Pisces, abso-fucking-lutely, you're doing shady shit. Unbalanced Pisces, you're up to some shady shit. And everyone around you knows. You're the only one that thinks no one knows. So that's my little sprinkle of love for unbalanced Pisces. But for us regular Pisces, your heart needs to break open because you have a tendency to really hide the most beautiful aspects of yourself. Really just chain that, wrap it, bind it up, package it, wrap it again, bind it some more, and then hide it in your heart. And yeah, no, creation is not having any more of that. Creation is not having any more of that. Quite a bit of your fire is coming forward. Your heart is breaking open. You have all this light coming out. And now you're being put in a place where you can't hide the beauty of your soul anymore. A lot of Pisceans know they're different. They know they don't fit in for whatever reason, but they want so badly to be just like everyone else. And you're not. You're never going to be just like everyone else. You were created to stand out for a reason. Not because you're better than everyone, but because you have the ability to exist with purity. And again, this is not because we're better than everyone. This purity allows us to connect to divinity and serve as a template for other people's spiritual journeys. Again, not because we're better than anyone, but because we have the ability to feel so deeply. The higher your level of consciousness, the more raw you become, because the more you have shed all of these layers, all of these calluses that we've developed trying to be human, we shed them. The higher your level of dimensional consciousness, the more you've shed. And like your skin, the more you shed, the more sensitive it's going to be. And that sensitivity has to do with our emotions. Oh, Pisces, why are you crying now? Because I feel the ugliness of your life. That's why I'm crying, because I'm mourning for you. I see you living in a very dead way, and it makes me sad, and I feel the need to mourn for the loss of your potentiality. So it's not necessarily a bad thing that we feel. It's actually a very good thing. And you can't expect caterpillar people to understand butterfly tears. You just can't. Does it make you better? No, it just makes you different. And eventually, those caterpillar people will be finished consuming, and they too will go through their metamorphosis and become a butterfly just like you. We're all going to the same place, all of us. And so, Pisces, I think right now what you have to understand is you're going through something much more intense than most people. Um, Not just because we are highly empathic and very sensitive to the energies around us, but because Pisceans, not the unbalanced. I'm not trying to be hateful, but the unbalanced ones are fucking crazy, okay? Not the unbalanced ones. They're still caterpillars. Here's some leaves. Go eat some leaves, fucking caterpillars. The balanced ones are being prepared to level up very high. What the world is experiencing right now is something that I call a trauma-induced accretion. Every single human being is now in a state of trauma, whether you want to recognize it or not. Whether you want to be like, I'm chilling. Good for you. But psychologically, you have been traumatized. You're either chilling right now because you've experienced that trauma earlier on in life. And so your brain is desensitized and doesn't notice the trauma it's experiencing right now. Or you're being traumatized just like the rest of us, unable to watch TV and listen to things because it's just too much. It's too much. I can't take anymore. It's too much. And either one is fine. Whichever one you are, it's fine. But just know the whole world is going through a trauma-induced accretion. And when you have the whole world going through a trauma-induced accretion, what ends up happening is you don't just level up kinda, sorta, to the next dimensional level of consciousness. When you're already open to receiving extremely high levels of light code, you make that quantum leap. You're going up a couple levels of consciousness. And that's what's going on for Pisceans right now. Heart chakra. Hey, Boogie. Heart chakra issues are huge, huge. And I don't want people to just assume any type of sensation having to do with the chest is all spiritual. You need to look up symptoms of cardiac distress. You need to look up symptoms of anxiety, panic attack, whatever it is, and make sure if you're exhibiting those other symptoms, you need to go get medical attention. But in spiritual terms, there's a lot of heart chakra action happening right now, and it can feel like stabbing, mild stabbing. It can feel like your heart suddenly just popped a little bit and paused with a beat and is pumping again. It could feel like an ache or a pressure or just this feeling of like a lump in the base of your throat because there's so much rising up from the deep. Pisces, the whole world's heart is being broken open right now. And I think Pisceans are going to be some of the first to feel it, viscerally feel it, physical, your emotion, your thought process, all of that. And it's because We are bringing into form the changes that are needing to happen. And what's happened with the world up to this point is the mind and the heart have been so disconnected. So disconnected. This is the very reason why Blu-rays are being activated left and right. It's because of the fact that Blu-ray is housed in the throat. And if you can power up the throat chakra, the mind and the heart have a tendency to realign, and you can begin speaking truth. You can begin speaking about healing on so many different levels. So, card number 16, embrace oneness with the universe. What? You know, I didn't even realize that's what I can't see the cards that far. Too far on the bed. So there you go. We're taking those steps forward. And those steps are not through a beautifully manicured, meticulously maintained garden. We're walking through a battle zone within our minds, within our hearts, within society. I mean, if you think that the things going on with society right now is just, you know, that's just a social thing and I'm going through a spiritual thing, as within, so without. We are going through a revolution within ourselves, and society is reflecting this. One of the things that really grinds my fucking gears is when these, you know, spiritual people talk about, this is the great awakening. We're just becoming aware and we just need to just love and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, are you fucking crazy? Are you fucking crazy? You want to fucking pretend shit ain't happening in this world? We just need to namaste a little bit more? No. One of the main things people experience when they have their awakening is rage, extreme sadness, because you finally become aware of the state of the world. When you become awake, it's not suddenly like, oh my God, the world's beautiful. It's suddenly like, holy shit. How did the world become like this? Well, honey, the world's always been like this. It's always been like this. And now you're just aware of what you have been in some way, shape, or form complicit in. And so many of us are now becoming aware, and people might not understand what all this anger is about. And like, yeah, injustice was done. Yeah, you know, these four people, they should be charged with crimes. It was a crime. I don't know why people are rioting. Y'all wanted the awakening, right? That's what this shit is. People are now like, fucking A, why the fuck are we allowing this? Because we need to be angry. I mean, do we need to destroy things? I don't know. I'm okay. Language is, riot is language of the unheard. Okay, so I get that. But within yourself, how does this apply to your personal journey? It's basically like, you know, you have all your personalities, because let's be real. Okay, the face you show the world, that's just one of your personalities. That's the one that plays nice the best. We have so many different personalities within us, but we're not allowed to showcase them. We're not allowed to let other people know that we have these other facets. It's just not allowed. It's not allowed. And so what's happening right now is all of these things are coming together. All of your parts are coming back to you. And I'm wondering if maybe just like how there is this very thinly veiled segregation within society, this very thinly veiled segregation within yourself is now demanding reunification. Ooh, let that sink in. What if you've segregated yourself just to better assimilate into that Stepford soul type of society? Ooh, that's, yeah. because you can only be one thing, right? According to society, you can only be one thing. Like, Emmie, you're supposed to be spiritual. You can't shoot guns. You can't eat meat. You can't say bad words. You can't ever lose your temper. No, no, I'm a whole fucking person. I'm a whole person. I'm very, very much about my spiritual growth. I fucking shoot guns. I shoot rifles. I shoot all kind of shit. I'm very good at shooting. I say bad fucking words. I get real angry. I have real emotions. Just because the world is watching me while I'm live does not mean I suddenly have to release my emotions. If I'm mad, I am fucking mad. If I'm happy, you ain't gonna do shit to not make me happy. Okay? I'm gonna stay happy for as long as I feel fucking happy. Because this is the face of a sovereign who knows she is a sovereign. I'm not going to play any roles in Pisces. I think this is what's going on. It's like we have to stop playing these roles. We have to. Aries, I am. What are you? Are you okay with your world? Are you okay with where your journey has taken you? Are you mad? Shit, if you're mad, be mad. Be mad. Allowing yourself to own your feelings is not the same as giving yourself permission to lash out at people who had nothing to do with the wound. You can't walk around bleeding all over the people who had nothing to do with the wound. You can't do that. You can do that, but you're going to be seen as an asshole for doing that. And I can't say I disagree. That's not fair. That's not fair. You have to allow yourself to process these things on your own. Not necessarily that you have to keep this process a secret, because sometimes we need other people to help us learn things. Sometimes when we share the struggles that we're in, the people who aren't emotionally involved in that struggle can sometimes see with better clarity. And they can give you, some tidbits where it's like, oh, I didn't understand that. Okay, well, I don't think I'm that mad anymore because now I kind of understand why I'm going through what I'm going through. So you have to be able to process your anger, process the positive emotions in ways that will help grow you, not just like hiding things, not just, no, that's not necessary. Um, mm, I know this is going to sound like maybe a little bit callous, but I have to share with you, Carmela, I'm wondering if maybe you're being pushed out in such an unfair way, in a way that would create so much hardship because you're not allowed to be harmed. And I'm wondering if the area that you're in is about to experience massive upheaval. It's not fair. We're not trying to dismiss or diminish what you're going through, but try and make sure you follow what your gut is telling you, okay? Try and make sure. So card number 19, dream a beautiful dream. You should be at the epicenter of your dream. Make it the most beautiful thing ever. Make it so beautiful that it seems unrealistic, because guess what? Even if only a fraction of your dream manifests, it's still so much better than where you're at right now. And maybe we have to understand that where we're at right now is not necessarily the worst that it could be. I would hate for us to have to experience even more ugly things for us to understand that when we were thinking things were ugly, it really wasn't that ugly yet. So I think we should all begin focusing on dreaming beautiful dreams. setting intentions of how our world is going to be shifted in the most beautiful way. And this is not about pretending there's no problem in our life. This is not about, you know, being blind to what's happening, what's being done to us individually, what's happening in our city, or any of that. This is about really, really allowing yourself to use your energy to bring to fruition the life that you want. Okay? The life that you deserve. Again, this is not about ignoring there's an issue. This is not a love and light channel. This is a real and raw channel. You have to acknowledge the problems in your life, and then you focus on the solution. Okay? So, we look at him. He's geared up in heart energy. Holding up the pillars, holding up the wall. Where did I, here, no, that's, oh, here it is. Let me see. All right. Ooh, 75% at 222. What? 75% at 222. And this is 4 of Earth, 4 being the number of the self, the you that's here rooted in this Earth experience right now. So commitment, stability, reliability, steady progress, endurance, perseverance, slow and steady progress, one step at a time. Fear and doubt, slow forward. Oh, fear and doubt, slow forward momentum. Rest and recharge, a good outcome ahead. Do not make hasty decisions. Watch for careless errors. Right now is a time for you to really take those steps forward with very clear intention. What are you trying to achieve? What type of changes are you trying to make for your personal existence? What are your goals? What is your goal? What is it you're trying to do? Pisces, it's nice that we can float around the way we do, but right now, the floating around thing is just really not going to work. It's not going to work. And that's okay. That's okay. It's okay for you to realize this. It's okay for you to now make these plans. And it's not that you're planning out your whole life, because I don't think Pisces is capable of that. I just don't. I don't feel like Pisces is capable of planning out your whole life unless you got some really serious things in your chart. But it's time for you to live with intention. Okay? It's not enough to just exist. It's time for you to really create the life that you want. If you look at the world, everything's falling apart. Is this a good thing or a bad thing? I think it's just a thing. When things fall apart, that gives you the very pieces that you need to rebuild into something else. So are you going to allow yourself to be completely destroyed by what's going on with the world? Or are you going to utilize this my hair is irritating me. My ears are looking crazy. Are you going to utilize this time to figure out how you're going to use the broken components and recycle them into something even more appropriate for your journey? Okay? You have to decide these things now. It's not necessarily that you're going to do all of this now. You have to decide these things now and leave yourself open for some modifications, maybe some alterations in your plan, maybe some space for other people to enter. Holy shit. Oh, oh, Pisces, we got bamboozled again. So you have to leave space for new people to enter. Yada, yada, someone's coming back, someone's going to message. I don't know who it is. Twin flame, soulmate, ex, whatever. Someone's coming back. It's to give you better clarity on what happened then and what's happening now. I know, Miss Chris. I said that too. Add a couple more zeros and a couple more exclamation points, and then you'll have my feeling. And you guys, it's I don't want this to be like, oh, someone's coming back and they're going to woo you off your feet. They cheated on you then, but now they're different. No, I don't know if it's someone that you had a romantic something with, but it's someone who's going to help you gain further clarity. And that doesn't mean they're going to stay. Or I'm a fucking write my damn self. No, that I was joking. That was a bad joke. Um, I don't necessarily know that they're going to stay. I know that there's certain pieces of your puzzle that was left with them that needs to be called back to you. Okay. So this might even just be like, hey, and you be like, fuck you, block. Oh, I got my puzzle pieces back. I don't know how this plays out. I don't know, but your heart is being broken open for a reason. It's not going to be the same heart that existed when that person was still a part of your journey. Okay. So let's not jump to conclusions. Let's not jump to conclusions as to what this is. Because if we're going to do that, I call it fuckery. Fuckery. That's the fuckery card on my forehead. Okay. We know this. It's not. It's not. It's not. I don't think this is fuckery. Or maybe I'm just so emotionally traumatized by the world. 72% at 227. What the fuck? 72227. What? What? We're being guided to something. Um, and it might not even be the person that you think it is. You might just be getting all riled up for no reason. Poke the bear, poke the bear. So card number 31, Solitude. Alone but not lonely. Ooh, I just got it. Thank you, Michael. So really, this is about letting you know if someone comes back, it's not because your ass is lonely and desperate and no. Like I said, it's because they are needing to give you a component of your journey that you didn't have until Michael says, don't say it. I was going to say, I'm not going to say it, but I was going to say until their raggedy ass decided to come back. But I didn't say that until they decided to come back and try and reconnect and give you the pieces that you needed. But you're alone, but you're not lonely. Okay. You're not lonely. So I'm just saying, I'm not talking shit. I'm not. I didn't call them a raggedy ass. I told the people that that's what I was going to say, but I retracted it. So card number 34, 10th house, the world. The desire for fame tempts even noble minds. Fame and the world at large. This is an ambitious card. It's about owning the world and being on top of it. It's the ultimate card to have for when you need to be confident in what you're doing and to go for what you want and nothing less. So I'm just saying, don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. Don't take this reading to a whole different. I'm in a good mood. Okay, don't be changing my mood at like 2:30 in the morning. Hold on, I'm being told something. I don't have my glasses. Oh dear God. Oh. Okay. Okay. Let me just compose myself. So we got the 10th. Travis already knows where this is going. Card number 34. 10th house, the world of fuckery. No, 10th house. So I just read it's the ultimate card to have for when you need to be confident in what you're doing and to go for what you want and nothing less. Go in with both guns blazing. This person, I don't know that they're Pisces. I don't know, but they definitely wear fish on their sleeve. I don't know if y'all could see that. I've never noticed the detail before. I always thought they're whatever the fuck it is. My brain is just not working because Michael is too much. But those are fish. That's a fish on her fabric. So it's like they're really trying to, pull in your energy and like put on this show that they got it like Pisces, they're like the spiritual, and they're coming for you, Pisces. They're not gonna stop. I'm not Pisces right now. I'm claiming my moon. Capricorn said, fuck you. Capricorn don't give a shit. Come all you want. Capricorn knows how to do grouping shots. Capricorn can play with an AR. Okay, let me just stop messing around, girl. Okay. Oh, because the 10th house is the house of Capricorn. It indicates you're about to put forth a diligent and concentrated effort. The climb and the advance. Don't tell me that shit. Sorry, guys. Michael's taking this conversation to a whole nother level. Mm-hmm. 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 I'm done with that card. Let's go ahead and pull these cards. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. If you feeling that, you better lock your door, change your phone number. I'm actually about to change my number. Not joking. I mean, really, no one has the number, but I think it's about time to change my number again. Serious. No, okay. Michael says don't encourage you guys to be all avoidant of your path. Don't be avoidant of your path. Michael doesn't speak with an English accent. Just so you guys know. He doesn't speak like an Englishman. That's not even an English accent. It's just some fuckery that I make up. Okay, here we go. That was funny, huh? I know. He actually laughed. He usually doesn't laugh at my jokes. Hold on. Okay, here we go. We have the Hierophant. Wait, it was okay. Atonement. They coming back to say sorry. I don't give a shit if you're sorry. They're coming back to say sorry. Okay. Just, mail your apology. That's fine. You want to say sorry? Okay. Queen of Swords in reverse. Okay. Narrow-mindedness, maliciousness, deceitfulness, vengefulness, a treacherous enemy, an ill-tempered person. Yes, to everything. So here, Pisces, the cards are saying whoever this is, they're gonna say sorry. Don't be so harsh with them. They're gonna say sorry. They're sorry. Don't be harsh. Accept the apology. I told you I am Capricorn tonight. This is not a personal reading for me. This is for Pisces, and tonight I am Capricorn. 5 of Wands. Unsatisfied desires, labor, violent strife, obstacles. So I'm wondering, maybe I am Pisces tonight. Everyone's like, fuck that. I'm wondering if they're gonna say sorry and you're just gonna be like, okay, fuck you. And then, they're just going to feel very unsatisfied. Well, that's kind of what you created. I'm just saying. Well, it's the truth. It's a co-created, whatever, co-created. That's what we co-created. Why are you always trying to correct me while I'm live? Why don't you just go away? Go away for tonight. Do you ever take vacation? You want me to write a note? Write a note for you so you could go on vacation? I would highly suggest you stop cranking up frequency, because I'm starting to not feel like I want to comply with your bullshit. Okay? And if my ear keeps ringing after you're finished, you and I are going to have a problem. It's going to be a cute, ugly problem. All right, guys. We have the world in reverse, imperfection. So now, it's almost like there's this, I don't know what bullshit conversations going on, but the world card in reverse. So they're very unsatisfied by the fact that you are not going to accept their apology. And now you're being asked to please remember you are not perfect as well, and to hold someone to a standard that you can't seem to hold yourself to is unfair and should be corrected. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think Michael's a little too much tonight. I'm just saying, I was just kind of sick and tired of Michael tonight. Let's see. Da, da, da. No. He tells me to read the card without the booklet. No. The Magician in reverse. Weakness of will. Insecurity. The use of one's skills for destructive ends. I think you're talking shit about me at this point. That's fucked up. That's really fucked up. Why would you say that to me? And it's just going to delay, apparently, the inevitable. I'm starting to not like this reading. I'm starting to really not like this reading. Okay. Let's see. 3 of Pentacles in reverse. Sloppiness. No, they calling us sloppy. What the fuck is this shit? Mediocrity. We're mediocre in our sloppiness. That you better be talking about the other person. Lack of skill, preoccupation. You know what? These cards need a baptism. I'm done. I'm not offended that you called me mediocre or sloppy. Okay, I'm not offended by that shit. I'm offended that you think I'm stupid enough to let someone else back in who's hurt my feelings in the past. You only get one chance to hurt my feelings. You do that, well, you better do it real good, because you're not getting another chance. I'm just telling you right now. You're not getting another chance to hurt my feelings. I'm sensitive. Just say it. I'm just saying. What other card do you want me to pull from? Because now I'm all freaking upset. I'm going to go to bed all upset. Gave myself a nice facial just to be stressed out. And have my face all puckered up before I go to bed. Hold on, guys. Let me just pull another card. What happened? Ooh. Who is that message for? Not for me, right? Hold on, guys. Which deck? I don't even want to play with you right now. You're just irritating me at this point. You're irritating me to the point that you're making my head itch. Do you guys feel anything right now? Do you guys feel like a tingly sensation? A tingly sensation behind you? In back of you? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hold that. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. And what do you guys think of when you feel this feeling? First thought that pops in your head. I'm not sending out energy. I'll tell you guys right now. I'm not sending out energy. I'm not doing any energetic work. I'm just asking if you guys feel it. Mm-hmm. All right. Okay, so we're going to do the untamed Kuan Yin, and then we're going to do the tamed Kuan Yin, okay? So your time will come. I think Michael's talking shit to us. Some souls are slower to blossom, building their inner beauty over time until just the right moment. Then the fullness of their beauty, power, and grace is revealed, providing powerful healing medicine for those in need of comfort and hope. So we're all going through our own little thing of development, and there's no real timeline to it. Everyone's timeline is very unique. Everyone is developing at their own pace. You can't rush this process in any way, shape, or form. If you think you can rush it, or you can kind of dictate how this process is going to go, good luck. Good luck with that. Ooh, okay. I see how it is. Give me 1 second. So, card number 33, 10 Sisters of Light. You are advanced. You are an advanced soul and have lived many incarnations, shown your light through many different faces. Your soul has learned many skills in past lives, developed abilities and talents. This lifetime is a culminating lifetime in the sense that your soul is drawing together potencies developed over many lifetimes into unified expression. It's like drawing on the power of 10 sisters or more into your one current life. Be prepared to grow and shine. So this goes back to what I was saying earlier in the reading, where it's like we have only been allowed to show one aspect of ourselves, and now all the other aspects are wanting to bring it all in. Okay, we want to bring all our pieces back in and allow ourselves to really, really grow, to expand beyond that which we thought we could do. What are you throwing in the trash? The higher self likes to integrate the wisdom it has gleaned over many experiences and lifetimes so that nothing is lost and all is enhanced. You are in a process of spiritual weaving and integration at a soul level now. This means that skills and abilities that you hardly recognize consciously will become more obvious to you. You may find that you know things from different traditions that you have no recollection of ever learning. You may feel strangely drawn to start studying different healing arts or martial arts, for example, only to find that it's somehow familiar to your heart. Be patient, open, and trusting of this journey. It's an intense time of spiritual growth. As in the integration, there is also shedding of old issues or pain that no longer serves you. It's good to let this go. It's good to let them go. You are being asked to encourage the activation of past life abilities in your current lifetime by letting go of past pain and issues. Shit. Even if you're not consciously fully aware of what they are. Through releasing pain with the breath out of the heart chakra and anywhere else in the body or energy field, you are intuitively feel to do so. From the space created, the soul light will shine in the light of incarnations past, including talents and abilities developed therein, shall shine through you now. This oracle is also guided, said in your life at present, there's a past life pattern or contract strongly operating. This is neither good nor bad. It's helping you to grow either in a supportive way or in a way that's challenging you to become stronger. This is why this motherfucker got to come back. Okay. That's why they have to come back. Because either through challenge or submission to the connection, it's going to grow you. It's going to grow you. They don't have to stay. I'll tell you that much. They don't have to stay. And them coming back doesn't necessarily mean a repeating of old cycles. It just means that there's unfinished business having to do with previous lives. That's why I was like, oh, shit. I swear to God. I mean, I've probably lived a past life with each one of you to this point. Okay, okay, I'm good now. Let me keep reading. Okay. Let's see. It may resolve itself by you receiving the teaching or letting go of a relationship or accepting a new relationship into your life, or even letting go of a philosophy or teaching so that you may expand your awareness with a different teaching that helps you access the wisdom you need for your growth at this particular phase of your journey. This may be very different to what you needed some years or even months ago, and that's fine. It's up to you to trust your heart and discern what feels true for you. Remember, you are one being with the eternal source, and that being has had many faces. Just like the 10 Sisters of Light, you have various skills and talents, and you can enjoy allowing the process of the return to you now, and the integration and healing of a past life pattern into a new expression too. So, I'm just saying, guys, I'm just saying, this motherfucker's been stalking me for so many lives. I'm joking, but I'm not. It's a Kuan Yin Oracle deck. Because Kiki got the good stuff. Because Kiki tells the truth, okay? So luckily I have the deck, the box. The other decks, I don't have the box. It's put away somewhere. But there's a lot of stuff going on within you, outside of you, around you. This growth that you're going through is going to be calling back certain things, certain cycles, certain previous connections, stuff like that. And you're going to have to be okay with whatever lessons this is supposed to teach you. Let it go, close the cycle, don't let it come back no more. Good luck with that. If you fight your higher self, if you fight your own soul with this process, that's going to hurt so good. That's going to hurt so good. If you're a masochist, absolutely do it. If you're not a masochist, I wouldn't mess with my higher self. I wouldn't mess with my higher self. Self-worth lesson. Possibly. It might be that for some people, the self-worth lesson has to do with recognizing the repeat of previous abusive cycles, draining cycles, unbalanced cycles, and obviously that shouldn't be allowed to continue. I say this begrudgingly. For others of us, the self-worth lesson lies in the fact that whoever this is might be someone that will help us to reach higher levels of consciousness, and therefore activating higher levels of soul purpose. And for some of us, this refusal to allow this other individual back in, even for just communication, has to do with your fear of reclaiming your greatness. Boom. Wow. Boom. Wow. Repeat that again. Boom. Wow. So it really is a different story for each of us. It really is. You can't just lump yourself into a whole group and be like, we all have to say no. We all have, yeah, y'all can if you want. I know. Shit. Notice how I'm starting to stutter. I know. Whatever. I'm just saying, whatever. um, okay. Mm, my higher self wants to start the new wave of beings that are the lotus from within, that are here to heal and to initiate the golden platinum eternal white energy that is honest truth. So basically, you have a God complex. Is that what it is? I'd like legitimate question. Do you believe that you are functioning in that God type capacity? Because to make a statement that of you're going to start a new wave of being, so you're creating new beings. I'm like seriously trying to understand. Or did you just read that from somewhere? You have to be careful if you just read that from somewhere and you're trying to express that, and I'm not trying to say this is what you're doing. I'm just, if you read things from somewhere that you don't fully understand, that you think you understand but don't fully understand, and you make these type of statements, it does carry you with it the assumption that you believe your soul is functioning in that capacity, like a God-like capacity. We do all have, look at this shit. We do all have shards of God within us. We are all an expression of a thought form that the God it created. But I don't know. I don't know about that. Okay, guys. Uh, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. If you try to hide from it, you might want to analyze why. Okay. That's all I gotta say. So you guys, thank you so much for sharing this space with me. If you haven't already, please give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe. Turn on that notification bell. Join me every single time I'm live. I don't know. I'm being told to do another reading. I don't know if I want to. I gotta go, guys. Bye.